We all know those anime main characters that are pretty weak or outright useless. Yes, I'm looking at you. But today, it's not about them. We're here to talk about 10 anime main characters that are truly overpowered. So, get your favorite snack and enjoy this episode. Licorice Recoil. Little girls in school uniforms and ruthless killers at the same time, the girls of Licorice fight for the country's security by preventing terror attacks, stopping assassinations, and razing evil organizations to the ground. Chisato, who is our first main character, doesn't want anything to do with violence anymore, even though she holds a legendary reputation among her colleagues at Licorice. Ever since her life was saved, she has refused to take anyone's life again. Despite this, she still confronts gangs and terrorists using rubber bullets instead of lethal force, with astonishing success. Moreover, she possesses extraordinary physical abilities, such as the capacity to dodge bullets by observing the movement of her opponent's muscles and thus predicting the trajectory of any object in motion. I tell you, you do not want to upset this young lady. Trigun Stampede. The desert planet Gunsmoke is a harsh and unforgiving world where resources are scarce and survival is difficult, but there is one person standing out. Vash the Stampede. A pretty happy guy with a weirdly cool clothing style, but don't let his friendly looks fool you. His gun on his side and his sunglasses on, no one can stop him. Despite being falsely accused of stealing resources and committing murder, there is a bounty of $6 million on his head. However, Vash views his gun more as a mere decoration than as a tool for violence. In fact, he is able to defeat enemies who are twice the size and heavily armed with ease without causing any fatal harm. And I really don't want to spoil you guys, but he has quite a few more tricks up his sleeve than he might show at first. As a result, Vash is one of the most formidable characters on this list. Jobless Reincarnation. A 34-year-old reclusive and unemployed bachelor is run over by a truck shortly after the death of his parents and the eviction of his childhood home. However, when he wakes up in the body of a baby and realizes that he is in a mysterious world full of sword fights and magic, he can hardly believe his eyes. Rudius, the protagonist, is granted a second chance at life and becomes an apostle of the man god. Despite being a child, he possesses an extensive array of knowledge, magical abilities, and mana that instills fear in gods and earns him their respect. With this unique ability to perform voiceless incantations and possessing the absolute OP foresight of the Demon Eye, Rudius is an extremely dangerous individual. Due to his young age and remarkable abilities, it is clear that Rudius is currently and will continue to be the most overpowered character in this universe. Overlord. Have you ever been so in love with a video game that you spent hours after hours in it? That's how Momonga felt with the virtual reality MMORPG world of Yggdrasil. Surrounded by memories and a long history of friendship and adventures, he awaited the shutdown of his favorite game. However, something goes wrong. Rather than being logged out, he remained conscious in his skeletal avatar, as the NPCs within the game world began developing personalities of their own. Now in the body of his undead overlord character, he sets out into the unfamiliar lands, determined to unravel the mystery of his situation and trying to find his old companions. Now carrying the name of his guild, Ainz Ul Gon, he quickly establishes himself as one of the most powerful beings in the world. With access to a vast array of powerful spells and abilities, he is virtually unbeatable. However, what truly makes him overpowered is the sheer amount of knowledge he acquired by spending years of his life in Yggdrasil. Think of it as if you were to drop a level 100 character in the starting zone of a game. That is why he deserves a place on this list. The Misfit of the Demon King Academy. Anos, the founding ancestor of the Demon King's race, was born over 2,000 years ago and is regarded as the most powerful Demon King of all time, feared and respected by all. However, after being reincarnated into the present day, he discovers that the current demon society has become corrupt and that the academy is plagued with discrimination. Moreover, his reputation and accomplishments have been erased from history. Realizing that he must reclaim his rightful place as the true Demon King, Anos wastes no time in demonstrating that he is still the most powerful and deserving of his claim in this era. With his vast magical powers, Anos can perform seemingly impossible feats of magic, such as manipulating the elements to create powerful barriers that make him impervious to attacks. He has earned his place on the throne, and he has earned his place on this list. Daily Life of an Immortal King. In the world of the daily life of the Immortal King, individuals who possess spiritual energy are known as cultivators and are pretty average. Cultivators come in various forms and strengths, from basic energy manipulation to the ability to control the elements. Our next contender, Wang, possesses the most formidable power of all, with the ability to manipulate the spiritual energy in the world, rendering him virtually immortal. Though he strives to keep a low profile and conceal his powers from his friends and teachers, there are times when a small fraction of his power inadvertently reveals itself, leaving everyone astonished. God of High School. Jin Mori, a high school student and martial artist, joins the fighting tournament known as the God of High School, with the aim of proving his strength and facing worthy opponents. The tournament is sponsored by a mysterious organization that claims to be in search of the world's strongest fighter. Despite his status as a high school student, Jin Mori proves to be incredibly powerful, with martial arts skills that seem almost supernatural and leave his opponents astounded. His preferred fighting style is Renewal Taekwondo, which has been taught to him by his equally overpowered grandpa, who, let's be honest, deserves an episode of his own. As the tournament progresses and Jin learns that supernatural abilities come into play, he discovers that he possesses one of his own. With an unbeaten record in the tournament, Jin Mori rightfully earns the title of the God of High School. Fate's Stay Night. In this alternate world, the Holy Grail War is fought between two factions, the Red Faction and the Black Faction. Each faction has 7 servants and 7 masters, who battle to the death to obtain the Holy Grail, which is said to grant any wish to the victor. Shiro Emiya becomes one of the participants and summons Saber, a powerful servant, to fight on his behalf. What makes Shiro incredibly powerful is his unique ability to trace and project objects he has seen before, allowing him to replicate almost anything. He also has the remarkable ability to adapt his fighting style quickly and effectively, along with a deep understanding of magical spells. I hope that his wish from the Holy Grail gets granted. Rising of the Shield Hero. In a parallel world, summoned heroes are assigned different weapons, such as swords, spears, bows, and shields to save the world from destruction. Unfortunately, the main character Naofumi is accused of a crime he didn't commit, making him an outcast and the most hated hero. With no one to rely on, Naofumi uses his own abilities to clear his name and become the world's most legendary hero. Luck has it that Naofumi is assigned the shield, known as the weakest of the 4 weapons and more of a supportive role. However, he proves to be overpowered due to his strategic thinking and creative use of the shield. He can use it as a projectile or as a platform to jump off, and over time, the shield reveals itself to be a lot more powerful than one might think, thus making him a worthy addition to the legendary heroes of the world and also the overpowered characters on this list. The world's finest assassin. Upon being reincarnated into a new world, the legendary assassin Lug discovers that his new body has retained his incredible abilities and decides to use them to protect the kingdom. As an aristocrat, he learns to wield a wide arsenal of magical abilities, including powerful offensive and defensive spells that make him nearly invincible. With his astounding strength, speed, and agility, Lug quickly becomes a feared opponent. However, his commitment to protecting the kingdom drives him to use his skills for the greater good, even in the face of powerful forces that threaten the peace and stability of the land. A deserved spot on this list. That's it. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see each other in the next video.